I don't know if y'all are familiar with mukbang TikTok, but I am. There's this one mukbanger, her name is Jellybeansweets.
This TikToker is eating themselves to an early grave. So there's this TikToker named Jellybeansweets that makes mukbang content, and basically every single day they post themselves eating massive amounts of food.
So mukbangs on TikTok are getting out of hand at this point. The mukbang community has been getting crazier and crazier, and honestly, people are starting to have a lot of opinions about these mukbangers that they are not afraid to share. TikTok mukbangers such as Jellybeansweets is one that is currently getting the most backlash and hate as of right now.
And y'all, it's definitely a lot, so let's talk about it.
If you don't know, there has been this trend going on for years now where you record yourself pretty much eating any kind of food from start to finish.
Mukbangs originally started in South Korea, and it's kind of a way to not feel so alone while you're eating by yourself. It's also like something for the viewers to watch if they crave some sort of food. It used to be something calm and chill, but down the line, mukbangs have been used as a way to rage bait and gain attention. Over time, the amount of food these mukbangers would consume in their mukbangs just got bigger and bigger. Some people would eat animals alive, some would spill food everywhere, and others on TikTok would order large amount of food and eat it in only just a few seconds as a challenge. But I want to talk about this one TikToker who has been going extremely viral on TikTok recently for her mukbang content. She ended up getting tons of backlash for the mukbangs she was making and had tons of people comparing her body from before she gained fame to now. TikToker Jellybeansweets posts food videos on TikTok, often showing her meals from places like Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, and more. A video of her actually ended up going viral earlier this month where she was eating Raisin Cane's, which is now one of her most popular videos with 1.3 million likes. Everyone in her comment section was going crazy and actually shaming her for eating so much food, especially in 3 minutes. And people who came across her videos were actually worried that she was eating so much food daily, sometimes even posting multiple mukbangs a day. Her videos were rising in popularity, and the mess surrounding Jellybeansweets got so crazy to the point people were comparing her to the mukbanger Nikocado Avocado. Even Trisha Paytas mentioned Jellybeansweets in one of her podcasts.
Yeah, do you know Jellybeansweets off TikTok?
No.
And she puts a ton of sauce. She like gets a burrito and like dips it in like a cup of like Raisin Cane sauce, or she'll just like drip like guacamole all over her burrito and she shakes like the huge bites. She's kind of like, she's been compared to Nikocado because she started off like thin and now she obviously gained a bunch of weight in the past year from eating. And so it's like kind of controversial because everyone's just like, this is Nikocado, this girl's like literally eating, and she's getting like 5 million views per TikTok. I want to eat with Jellybeansweets. I have nothing bad to say about her. I think weight gain's inevitable if you're actually eating it. It does almost look like she doesn't eat it, but she there is a before and after of her. And she just takes, and we looked it up, right? In 1 Cane's cup of sauce, it's like 1,000 calories if you eat the whole thing. And she's like pouring it all over. Yeah, it's crazy. Although I do want to eat with her.
But as people became more deep into Jellybeansweets' content, they started to worry for her a lot. Mainly because she would eat her food so quickly. And to these people, it wasn't really that good for her health and she needed to be stopped. In this video, Jellybeansweets ate some Chick-fil-A in under 4 minutes, and here's what some people had to say in her comment section. I promise you, we like this slow mukbang. Girl, swallow before you take another bite. Are you okay? This looks painful. I just wish you would swallow before another bite. You can seriously choke like that. Oh my gosh, she's gonna choke on the biscuit. Please, I beg you to stop eating junk food every single week. Nobody is making fun of you. We are all just worried for your health. Now, since she was getting tons of viral videos from her mukbangs, many people decided to take a deeper dive on her account. It turns out, in reality, Jellybeansweets didn't always used to make extreme mukbang content. People saw that before fame, she was pescatarian, ate salads, would eat Subway sandwiches in her first few mukbangs, and played the game Just Dance on TikTok live streams daily. Her Just Dance lives was something she used to be pretty known for before her mukbangs. People would often go back to her old videos and say pretty hurtful things like, oh my gosh, she was so pretty, and overall talking about how much she's changed in 1 year. Mainly due to the fact she was thin before mukbangs, and then the mukbangs obviously caused her to gain some weight. It was pretty sad since people were praising her old content and wishing she would go back to doing her dancing. And honestly, I can just imagine how hurtful it is to read such mean comments like that. And even though people are praising the dance videos she used to make now that they see the way she's changed, it wasn't even like her dance videos were that liked either on TikTok, because she would also get quite some hate back then for her dancing videos still. People would pretty much call her cringe, laugh at her, and just imply that she should stop dancing at the time, which could have prompted her to make the switch in dancing videos to mukbangs. But then after she made that switch, people would spam her old dancing videos and say how much they missed them. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation. Throughout last year of 2023 and early 2024, she would make mukbangs but still occasionally include some of her dancing videos, which I will say, as her mukbang videos became more and more popular, the dancing videos she would usually make became less of something she wanted to post. And because of this, her last dancing video was made earlier this year in January. And since then, there has been no more dancing TikToks made, which probably added a whole other layer to the Jellybeansweets drama because people online became even more worried. People quickly began to put this narrative out that Jellybeansweets would eventually turn into Nikocado Avocado. Nikocado used to be this vegan and promote this healthy lifestyle, but then quickly switched to making crazy food content and eating unhealthy foods, which similarly caused people to worry about his lifestyle for years and try to make him focus on bettering his health again. I really think people genuinely care for Jellybeansweets and just don't want to see her end up with health concerns. But at the same time, there are people who just don't care and purposely come off as harsh and disrespectful at times. As a result, not really helping her in the end at all. But I will say, there have been those who have come out to defend her against those online who tried to slander her lifestyle. Others pointed out that had she been a mukbanger who was still smaller and creating the same exact content, she wouldn't have been getting as much hate.
Okay, so I just wanted to put in my 2 cents about Jellybeansweets. If you don't like what somebody posts, just unfollow them, because I don't know how I would handle myself if somebody compared me to Nikocado Avocado. Can we just think about that for a second? If you got compared to that man? And it's almost like a double standard. I follow another woman who eats about the same as she does, and she is so tiny. I don't see any hate in her comments. So let's just think about it.
I saw another TikTok creator that makes the same exact content named Jane Mukbangs. In one of her videos, she ordered a big fat burrito from Chipotle and was just wasting and spilling the sauce, but her comments were so much different from Jellybeansweets. With one person saying, "I love your mukbangs so much, you're so pretty," which kind of shows how different people feel towards different mukbang content creators based on appearance. It's like, if both creators are doing the same unhealthy eating, why is one getting praised for it and one isn't? A TikToker made a video to show support to Jellybeansweets not too long ago, saying, "Guys, stop bullying and canceling Jellybeansweets. I actually can't live without her. I've watched every single one of her videos and I need them to stay sane. If she stops posting, I will be extremely sad. So please stop commenting mean things. I'm begging you. I actually love her Taco Bell mukbangs so much, especially the grilled cheese burrito with extra everything." But of course, there were still people being critical of Jellybeansweets and body shaming her. It even got to the point people were editing her photos and making before and afters. But the before photos were edited to make Jellybeansweets look smaller than she actually was, and the after photos to make Jellybeansweets look extremely bigger than she actually is. And one thing I will say is, even if you don't agree with her food choices, that's fine. But to go out of your way and bully her when others are doing the same things that are even crazier is insane. I feel like if you actually care about her health, there are better ways to go about it than editing her photos and calling her all kinds of names. Shockingly, Jellybeansweets didn't come out to respond to the hate. She actually stayed pretty unbothered about the whole situation, even though everyone on TikTok has been talking about her. She did come out a few days ago to address the fact she did see Trisha speak about her in the Just Trish podcast, and Jellybeansweets seemed very happy about it.
Oh, Trisha Paytas talked about me in her podcast yesterday. You know how crazy that is? Someone had commented that she had talked about me in her podcast, and I was like, oh my god, I have to see for myself. And there it was. She said she would want to eat with me. Like, that's crazy. I would want to eat with you too, Trisha. I could see us getting Taco Bell, my signature grilled cheese burrito. But now that's crazy. And then I went over to TikTok because I was like, let me see something. And she was following me. I just wasn't following her back. I was like, oh my god, how did I not know she was following me? That's crazy. But yeah, she brought up my the grilled cheese burrito, and I did the little tap. I love how I'm kind of like known for the Taco Bell mukbangs over any other mukbangs. But when I started TikTok, I never thought, I kind of hoped I would be like, I would get kind of big, you know. But now that it's happening, it's like surreal. And it's kind of crazy. But it's really cool. Also, these are really good, by the way.
After this video was posted, Trisha Paytas actually commented on this video, implying that she would love to do a mukbang with Jellybeansweets. And Jelly replied that she would love to as well. So it seems like something positive came out of this situation, even though it's such a whole mess. I feel like people definitely want to see Jellybeansweets take care of her health, but Jellybeansweets continues to stay unbothered about the concerns and continues to post her regular content. I certainly want to know what you guys think of all this, since there's so many opinions. How do you guys feel about mukbang content? Let me know your thoughts down below.